Whistling time because nobody's on yet. I'll bring my wife on some night. We'll talk whistling. Well, it's Thursday, April something, 30th. Yesterday was my birthday. So yes, April 30th. I always have to have what they call an anchor. Because I never know like dates and things. But if I can add or subtract going back 2 or 3 from something that I can remember. Like I halfway remember, I have a birthday on April 29th. So since that was yesterday, that means today's April 30th. So after a day or 2 of this, I'm gonna have to find another anchor, so I can know what day it is. But I trust you're doing well. Hello, Patty from Ho-Hi-Ho. I'll do my best to call you back, Miss Patty, tomorrow. I got your message. I tried calling you a couple times today, but I missed you. And we'll talk about that song you want us to record and send you a track to. Happy to do that. Hey, Bill Ferguson. Howdy do, sir. Howdy do right back to you. Trust you're doing well. Tell your talented family their old friend Les said hello. And I trust that all is going well. Can't wait to hear your new album, by the way. That special record you've been working on. Hopefully it's done by now. Hope so. Send me a copy so I could take a listen to it. Let's see here. So is that pronounced Brene? I don't know. Hello, Jim. Good to see you. I'm going to wait a little bit. It is delayed. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Bill. I want to wait a few minutes, get a couple more folks on. This is going to be a short one, I think, tonight. One thing is I'm wore out. Anybody ever have frustrating days? I've had 2 in a row. Everything I've touched, it's just not been good. It has not been good. Hello, Jim Foster. Vocals rescheduled for the summer. Okay. It happens, brother. Man, since March, every tracking session and vocal session I've had, with the exception of the Barbers, they're troopers. We knocked out their great record. But everything else canceled. All the dates, just like you, for the Ferguson family, no doubt. Old Time Preachers Quartet, canceled. But God is faithful. So it could be worse. If it didn't have the Lord, it'd be much worse. So we do. And he's never seen the righteous forsaken or his seed begging bread. So, man, he's just taking care of it. It's wonderful. Hello, Terry. Okay, so let's see. We'll get a few commercials out of the way, and then we'll dig into what we're going to do today. Okay, here. So first off, don't forget this. See that blue jean hat? Very plain looking right there, isn't it? Just plain. But wait a minute. They're in. Look at there. There's Mike. There's Les. There's Adam. There's Tim. Old Time Preachers Quartet. I sang myself happy. They're in. And my wife shipped a bunch of them today. A big thank you to my beautiful bride who had a birthday this week along with me. Hers is April 26th. Mine is April 29th. But she got those out in the mail today. Thank you. And so we have a box. There's a box underneath this desk right here that's got some more hats in it. And that's it. We didn't get 2 boxes, 3 boxes, all that. Once this box is gone, the hats are gone. And that's the end of that. So if you want yourself a hat right there, let me get this right here. Oh, I had that poked up for some reason. You need to be calling me right now. Or go online, go to the store, oldtimepreachersquartet.com. And go to the store and we'll get you taken care of. Okay, right there. Cute hat, isn't it? I sang myself happy. That's our new single from the Old Time Preachers Quartet. And what a perfect time to get that released. We had no idea we didn't know anything about a coronavirus. And so all of a sudden here we are in these dark days. And I say we ought to take the cue from Paul and Silas being in jail. And what'd they do? They sang and prayed and testified, and gave an altar call, People started getting saved, and revival broke loose. And their darkness was way darker than ours now, as dark as ours is. We're not in a jail. We're not in a dungeon-like jail, sitting around in our own filth. No, we got it way better than that. And through all of that, they just had church. They just sang themselves happy, is what they did. And we ought to take our cue. We ought to do the same. Yeah, Shannon says, I will. Praise the Lord. James Burke. They had church. They sure did, James. Hey, speaking of having church, 1 week from today at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, the Old Time Preachers Quartet is going to do a Facebook Live old-fashioned, old-time singing. It's not a concert. We don't do concerts. We do old-time, old-fashioned singing and preaching and testifying, and all three at the same time sometime. And so mark your calendars. Facebook Live with the Old Time Preachers Quartet. 1 week from tonight, if the Lord tarries. If it doesn't, then I'll call some of my other friends, and they can do it for you. I'll be in heaven. That's a joke right there, kind of. Hey, Jamie. Hey, Greg. Hey, Shannon. Enjoyed your interview today. My interview. Oh, with the Florida radio station, what's that called? They did a Zoom. That's what it is, a Zoom interview. Hey, go check it out. Zoom interview, and it's on my website, or on the Facebook page. So when you're done with this, stay around and go watch the interview there on that. Hey, Rabbit, don't run. I got a picture with you on it that I want to show in a little bit. Not yet, a little bit. But watch that interview. It was a Zoom interview. Robert and myself, WTJT, on the air there, and it's video, and it's really cool. So check that out on the old Facebook page. All right, so what was I doing? Okay, don't forget your hat. Don't forget demos. Songwriters, we're knocking those out still. Today's the last day for the special pricing. When I get up in the morning, if you've got it in my inbox in an email, les@butlermusicgroup.com, we'll give you the same pricing. Soundtracks, any song, any key you want songs, you want a fast song slow, a slow song fast, whatever, it doesn't matter. You want an extra chorus on the end, we'll customize it, do whatever you want. Whatever instruments you want, you tell us the instruments and we'll do it. So knock all that out and send me an email about that tonight, les@butlermusicgroup.com, or call 615-218-0517, 615-218-0517. Hello, Isaac. Hello, Terry. Hey, Rabbit. Yep. Okay, so, all right, so here's what we're going to do. And I think that's all the commercials. Don't forget that. Okay. So we went through the March 1990 Singing News magazine over the last few weeks. I've got a couple more singing news here, and I'm just going to show you. This is magazine stuff. I was the publisher of the magazine for years, and so I'm just going to show you some magazine ownership stuff. This is the April 2009 issue of Singing News. Phil Cross, super duper songwriter. Great singer, piano player, but just what a songwriter. Well, okay, so that is, again, April of 2009. Now, take a look at that right there. See, those are staples. So this is a staple bound, where they put staples in the middle of that right there. Now, the very next month, and by the way, this was when Jim Cumbie was the publisher of the magazine, the man who brought me to Nashville 3 years ago to run the Solid Gospel Radio Network, and then joined him in the Singing News. He made the decision. He made a bunch of decisions while he had the Singing News, and they were, I think, for the most part, if not all of them, were great decisions. Staples, staple bound. And then, the very next month, and they still are like this today, it went to what's called perfect bound. That's where you could see like the name of the month of the issue and the title of that particular issue. And it was more like a book. And that was the next month. So there you go. That's just a little magazine thing. Staple bound, perfect bound. All right, so we're going to take a look a little bit here at this April 2009 issue of the Singing News magazine. That's 11 years ago, man. So this was the first 25 years for Phil Cross, so that means he's in it now for 36 years. And by the way, his story's in here, and probably, maybe tomorrow night we'll have Phil on with us. We'll talk to him live. If not tomorrow night, here in the next few days. But let's see what we have here. We have, oh yeah, back then they had, you remember this? Hello, Brother John. Got your note today. Thank you, sir. Very kind. I appreciate it. Ask Jim Black and Breakfast Bob. I worked with them on the Solid Gospel Radio Network for years. And boy, going back, okay, so this is Facebook Live with Les, Southern Gospel Music, Memorabilia, Memories, and Ministry. So I'm going to give you a memory. They did the Sunday morning radio show on the Solid Gospel Radio Network. And Jim also, he was the affiliate manager, signing up affiliates for the radio network. And Jim Black he just came in to do the Sunday morning shows. And he was a writer in the Singing News magazine as well. But before all of that, he was over marketing and radio for Canaan Records. And I'm talking about back in the blow and go days of the Canaan Record Club. I'm talking about Florida Boys, Wendy Bagwell and the Sunlighters, some Kingsmen back in there, Happy Goodmans, Inspirations, Teddy Huffam and the Gems, Thrasher Brothers, on and on and on. I'm talking about the Big Mac Daddy Canaan Records. And back in the 70s, when I started in radio, he was over that at Canaan, and we'd talk every week, and he was just so kind and such a great man. And then decades later, we get to work together in Nashville, and he went home to be with the Lord, I guess a couple of years ago now, after an accident, just walking outside and falling, hitting his head, and it was, I hated it, and he was so beloved, and man, we just loved Breakfast Bob. Jim Black enjoyed every day of working with him for years, and he is retired now, and so, but anyway, so there they are in that particular issue of the Singing News magazine. Did anybody listen to him on the Solid Gospel Radio Networks on Sunday morning? Breakfast Bob, Jim Black, this is good stuff. Okay, so here's what we're going to look at today, right here. The perspective in this issue, the April issue 2009, from the then editor-in-chief, Jerry Kirksey, who was with the magazine at that time from day one. There wasn't a Singing News magazine that was ever produced that he wasn't over. And this was just prior to his retirement. But he wrote this thing called Perspective. He says, next month, May 2009, Singing News will celebrate its 40th anniversary. Over the past 40 years, God has allowed me to produce 480 issues of Singing News. What a wonderful journey I have had. As our anniversary draws near, I've been reflecting on those early issues. I reminisced about the individuals, quartets, and events that filled the pages of Singing News. Many of those artists and quartets are currently doing all their singing just inside the eastern gates of glory. After taking a photo journey of some who filled the pages of Singing News, the thought struck me that many of you would like to take that journey also. And so to that end, he put a bunch of the groups over that 40-year period, some pictures on there. Like you've got the Happy Goodmans there, and you've got the Florida Boys, Oak Ridge Boys, Blue Ridge Quartet there in that next line of groups. We'll get you a good picture going there. Hey, Laura. Hey, Terry. Then the next grouping would be the Dixie Echoes, Statesmen, and Wendy Bagwell and the Sunlighters. Check it out. Some great, great pictures there in this April 2009 issue of Singing News. And then you've got Blackwood Brothers, Lefebvre's Inspirations on the bottom line there. Check it out. Great old pictures. Now, over the last month or so, I have featured songs from the Happy Goodmans, from the Oak Ridge Boys, Oak Ridge Quartet, from the Blue Ridge, from the Statesmen, from the Blackwood Brothers, and from the Inspirations. So that leaves me with the Florida Boys, Dixie Echoes, Wendy Bagwell, and the Lefevres, who I haven't played any music thus far on any of my Les Butler Facebook Live shows. So tonight I'm asking you, of those 4 artists, is it 4? Florida Boys, 1, 2, 3, 4. Of those 4 artists, who do you want me to play tonight? Let the bidding begin. Just type in the name there of who it is that you want to have played, and we will play something by them. So you tell me. You're going to program the music tonight. I'm going to play a song or two from one artist, the artist that you tell me that you want to hear tonight. So, with that in mind, would it be the Florida Boys? Would it be the Dixie Echoes, the Lefevres, or Wendy Bagwell and the Sunlighters? Can't do the Inspirations. I already did the Inspirations, and so I want to give time to those other folks. So, let's see. We got a Dixie Echo, a Florida Boy, a Randy Fox of the Primitive Quartet. Hello, Randy. So you tell me. Hello, Rebecca Ann Roberts. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. Rex and the Lefevres. All right. Dixie Echoes. Okay. So far, it looks like the Dixie Echoes are winning. Well, Dixie Echoes and Florida Boys are tied at 2 each. Oop, Dixie Echoes, Dixie Echoes. Here's the Florida Boys. There's another Lefevre. Oh, Steve Rabbit Easter, we're going to show a Lefevre jacket. Don't move. Gonna be good. John Hamlin, the Florida Boys. Okay. Hello, Randy. Good to see you, sir. So it looks like, I don't know, I can't keep up with all this. Looks like the Dixie Echoes and Florida Boys are. I just saw this note about from Dave Compton. Never knew Jim passed away. Did I say Jim? I meant to say Breakfast Bob. If Jim passed away, I don't know that, but Breakfast Bob did. So Dave, if I misspoke, my goodness, let me fix that. Jim Black will be calling my phone here in a minute. Saying, hey, I'm not dead. Hey, Butler, I'm not dead. Okay, so Dixie Echoes, Florida Boys. All right, so, okay, let's see. Let me give a story, maybe a story or two. Here, let me show you the albums that I have chosen from these, and then you tell me. And then when we figure out who's gonna get it, then we'll play something from that album. Right there is the Florida Boys. Live at Carnegie Hall. I never knew that they had a live Carnegie Hall record, and my daughter found this at a pawn shop or something for $4.98. It says there, but no, I think she just got like for 50 cents or something, and brought it home and gave it to me. And sure enough, Florida Boys live at Carnegie Hall. I mean, City Slickers, New York City. Hello, check it out there. So there's that one from the Florida Boys. Okay, now. Here's one from the Dixie Echoes. So if the Dixie Echoes win, we're going to play something from the Coast to Coast record here from the Dixie Echoes. See Del Shellnut right there? There's his son Randy next to him. Hey, Johnny Perrick. Hey, Glendon Phil. Hey, Scott. So there's the Dixie Echoes. So if they win, we will play something off of that record. And Charlie Beatonbow gets on here with us sometimes on Facebook. So I got a Wendy Bagwell album that has old Charlie Beatonbow there. That's that bushy-headed, blonde-haired boy right there. Back when he was with Wendy Bagwell and the Sunlighters. So there's that one. If they win, we'll do something there. And I'm going to have, I'll eventually feature all these folks multiple times for that matter. I'm going to have Little Jan on. You rest assured of that. That's going to happen. Okay, Rabbit. You ready, big boy? Right here it is. Whoa. That right there is Steve Rabbit Easter. Check it out. Rabbit, I had no idea you were ever that young. Ever. I thought when you were born, you were older than this. Look at this. Steve Rabbit Easter. Son. And you know what? That is really, if you take Eva Mae out of that, this is the Rex Nealon Singers. This is the first version of the Rex Nealon Singers. Look at that hair. Yeah, look at that, Rabbit. You had hair all over your head there. Look at that. So this is really the first Rex Nealon Singers. Now, I have good news and bad news about this. And I don't know how this happened. And rest assured, it was not your old buddy Les. But this album is Singing Till He Comes. And this, again, this is really... it's the Rex Nealon Singers. You go to the first Rex Nealon Singer album, it's these folks, minus Eva Mae. But somebody, somehow, somewhere, changed out the album Singing Till He Comes and put in Moving Up, and I can't find the other. So somebody did that. Listen, when it comes to my albums, I've got them in alphabetical order. I have them in order from oldest to newest. They are in pristine shape, unless they were purchased at a yard sale or something like that. Pristine, cleaned. Listen, steal my car first, but leave my Lefevre and Nealon records and all of them alone. Understand? Don't touch them. Here's the key to my car. Take it. Leave my vinyl alone. I feel better now that I've done that. Hello, Terry. Hello, Ron. So, if the Lefevres win, I'm going to play the Lefevres, but it's not going to be the Singing Till He Comes album. It's going to have to be the other one. So, okay. So, who can I trust? I know who I can trust. Let me see if I can't scan and figure this out. Was that 1976, Rabbit? So how many years ago was that? 34 years ago? Wow, Rabbit. That's fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, Brother John. Now, I know, Brother John Hamlin. Brother John Hamlin, I trust you. Now, I know you voted for the Florida boys, so you want them to win, but I trust you. So I want you to tally up the votes and then type in who won. Is that 44 years ago, Rabbit? Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it is 44 years ago. Time flies, man. Rabbit, my birthday was yesterday. I was 58. And I know that's still young and everything, but my goodness. Okay, Brother John, I see you saying, yes, sir. I'm counting on you. So you count them up and tell me which artist won, and I'm going to play something by that artist tonight. On Facebook Live with Les, Southern Gospel Music, Memorabilia, Memories, and Ministry. Oh, I've got a Florida boy. I have a Les Beasley story, but okay, I'm going to give you a Reader's Digest version of it. We were at a board meeting of the National Quartet Convention. This is around 98, 99, something like that. And there was a bit of a disagreement and kind of, so anyway. Les wasn't happy with me for a while. All that went away, though, and we were great friends and have been since. And then before that, it was all okay. It's fine. But from that moment on, I was Les number 2 and he was Les number 1. And by the way, that was at my bidding. I said, listen, here's the deal. You're Les number 1. I'm Les number 2 and always will be. And he's gone home to be in glory. I'm still Les number 2. I'm not going to take the number 1 spot because I don't deserve the number 1 spot. But so anyway, you'll be 63, Rabbit. Stop this. Stop it. You people stop this. I don't want to hear about Rabbit being 63 when to me you're 18. You've always been 18 and you're 18. So stop this 63 business. I don't like it. Hey, R.J. Kelly. Good to see you, sir. How's your vacation going? I trust all is well. I think you were up in my neck of the woods here, close to Nashville. I think maybe you're in Virginia or something like that now. I trust all is well. Hey, Larry Orrell, have socks older than you. I know. Oh, yes, you do. I bet you're wearing them right now. All right. So, Brother John, how's it looking? Do we have a winner? Who am I going to play, Brother John? Tell me. Is it going to be the Florida Boys? Is it going to be the Dixie Echoes? Is it going to be the Lefevres? Is it going to be the, no, not the Rex and the Wendy Bagwell and the Sunlighters? Hello, Rhonda. Tell me. And we will play something by them right now. Dixie Echoes birthday boy. Dixie Echoes birthday boy. Dixie Echoes it is. So here we go. Going to the Dixie Echo album. Y'all voted, not me. So here we go. Going to go to this record. Let me see. I'm going to play, let's do this one. Let's do Stopped Looking, Started Listening. Okay, let's see how close I can get to this song here. There we go. Dixie Echoes. Y'all wanted them. The Wahhabs. That's for another show, Larry.
In the Bible, we're told of his returning. All the signs he left, we see on every hand. This whole world is filled with trials and confusion. Wars and strife each day we see throughout the land. But I've stopped looking for
Hello, Mel. Hello, Tim.
I've started listening. For my Jesus is surely on his way. I've stopped looking for the signs. I've started listening for the trumpet just might sound today. His return has been told throughout the ages. Now he shall come.
Hello, Eddie. Hello, Mike.
And split the eastern sky. When you know he's coming any day now, and he'll take us home forever with him to stay. I've stopped looking for the signs. I've started listening. For my Jesus is surely on his way. And I've stopped looking for the signs. I've started listening. For the trumpet just might sound today. Yes, the trumpet just might sound today.
Oh, yes. The Dixie Echoes right there with Stopped Looking, Started Listening. You wanted to hear the Dixie Echoes? You got yourself some Dixie Echoes right there, boys and girls. That is going back to, let's see, it doesn't give the year, but that's going, yeah, it does, 1979 on the Supreme record label. Supreme was based in Nashville, Tennessee at the time. And I remember I don't remember the year, but I was at the Quartet convention when they announced that Dale had died, had a heart attack. I think he was plowing in the field or something like that at home. Hello, Tony McGee, Mike Riddle here. Let me see what this is saying. With Hoss, enjoying the program. Hey, Tony McGee, and hey, Mike Riddle, and hey, Terry Hagan. Hey, everybody. So we were looking at this from the what year was this? No, this was 2000. This was April 2009 issue of Singing News Magazine. This one right here with Phil Cross on the cover. And we'll get Phil on the phone maybe tomorrow or sometime the next day or two. But Jerry Kirksey was reminiscing, and he put some old classic pictures in his article that month, like the Happy Goodmans there, and the Blue Ridge Quartet, the Florida Boys, the Oak Ridge Quartet. Check them out there. Dixie Echoes, Statesman, Wendy Bagwell and the Sunlighters. We're going to get little Jan on the phone one night here before very long and talk Wendy and talk little Jan and Jerry and Charlie Beatonbow, and we'll probably get a little Jerry Goff in there as well. And then you got the Blackwood Brothers Lefebvre's Inspirations in there, right there. Yeah, sure enough, look at there. Also some great old classic pictures right there from this 2009 article, but all these pictures are from back in the, everywhere from the 50s to the 70s. So that's good stuff right there. And we will do, we'll continue to look at this magazine for the next few nights anyway. You know what? Since we just did one song, I'll do another one. Let's see. Let me go on here and see what y'all are saying. Let me see what you're saying. Hey, Mel, I trust that you're doing well. I hope Bluegate is doing well. I'm so sorry that you had to cancel a bunch of shows, including the Old Time Preachers Quartet. We were looking forward to it, brother. We really were. But we understand. And I hope everything gets back to normal, and we'll come back and do it again sometime if you'd like us to. Everybody pray for all these folks like the Bluegate Theater that support Southern gospel music so much. And brings it into their community. All of these large events are canceling left and right. We had a large outdoor event in Kentucky canceled today, and it's in October. And I mean, it had Jeff and Sherry and Old Time Preachers Quartet. I think Gordon Moat, the Hoppers. I mean, a whole bunch of us. And canceled. And we're hearing them every day from all the artists. And all these big venues, boy, pray for them. I mean, Bluegate has been such a great supporter of Southern gospel music, and we need them to be strong and healthy and doing well, and just pray for these folks, and pray for the artists, of course, too, and all the evangelists, all the preachers. You got Brother John Hamlin, who shows up here most every night, just a wonderful evangelist. I mean, a God-called man, and can't go out and preach right now. We can't go out and preach. We can't go out and sing. So just pray for all of us. God's blessed us. He's taken care of us. I know, Brother John, you'd say the same thing. You just can't outdo God. He's amazing. So, but pray for everybody, would you? Okay, so let me see here. All right, I was going to look and see what else y'all were talking about here from wanting to hear some stuff. Let's see. Hello, Sandy. Praying for all the gospel singers. The world needs you to spread the gospel. Boy, does the world ever need the gospel, Sandy. That's the truth. Hello, David. Hey, Max Wilson. Max is a great DJ, man. Good to see you, Max. George, Mike, Mel, Tim McFarland, Rhonda, Larry Cole, Larry Orrell, John, Brother John, RJ. Let's see. Ocean of Praise is a great song on that record. Let's see, Ocean of Praise. Brother, I don't see Ocean of Praise on this record. I'm so sorry. Mike Orem from Orlando. Hey, I went to lunch with one of your buddies yesterday. He told me y'all talked at 3:30 in the morning the other morning. Y'all need to go to bed and relax and go to sleep. Amen. Thank you, my dear friend. You're a class act. Brother John, thank you. Steve Montgomery, good evening. Brother Butler, good to see you, Brother Steve. Let's see. Brother John, who was second place? If it wasn't the Dixie Echoes was first place. Who was second place? Tell me, and I'll play something from the second place record. And don't forget this, folks. Time for a commercial break. They came in today. My wife got a bunch of them shipped in the mail. There's one box of them down here, and that's it. We don't have another box. It's all ordered. Very limited edition for the quarantine special. Go to, yes, it was Tim Raven. Go to oldtimepreachersquartet.com, go to the store, and buy one while there's still one to buy. Brother John, Florida Boys. Florida Boys it is. We're going to go live to Carnegie Hall. Man, oh man, the Florida Boys. They were tall cotton at Carnegie Hall. Okay, now this was the one that my daughter got me at a garage sale or something. And I mean, this is kind of rough. So this is probably going to have some of that good vinyl popping and hissing and carrying on. I like it, though. I can't help it. I like it like that. All right, so Florida Boys second place. We'll give you a little Florida Boy music, then we will call it a night. This is an old one here, Looking for a City. Listen to that crackling. I love that.
Trusting in the blessed Savior's love. Though we may be strangers in this world of care, we're always looking for a city built above. Yes, we're looking here and there, looking to see the blue river and the bag of all the saints. Yes, we'll come and we will never say goodbye. Say goodbye to Jesus when we're there. We'll be our Savior, glory and love will be.
Boy Cook, yes sir. Thank you, Brother Jim. Live from Carnegie Hall, the Florida Boys, Looking for a City. Wow, how about that now? It's good stuff. And you know something that I hadn't seen this until 30 seconds before going on the air here with Facebook Live with Les, Southern Gospel Music Memorabilia and Memories in Ministry. But I looked inside there to pull out the album and check this out. Hey, Rabbit, thank you. Look what was in there. Part of the album, I guess, because it's the same group that's there at Carnegie Hall, included an 8x10 glossy of the Florida Boys. Up on top right here, that is Glenn Allred. Glenn Allred and Mark Trammell, the greatest baritones ever in the world. Y'all can be wrong if you think it's somebody else. And then, of course, you got Les Beasley, who was the lead singer forever and a day, managed them forever and a day. That bass singing you heard right there, one of the best in the business. And yes, Jim, that is Billy Todd, with that gap in his teeth. I think that gap in his teeth made him go down an extra octave. He got an extra octave lower because of the gap in his teeth. Look at that. Boy, he was good. Coy Cook singing the tenor right there. And, of course, Darrell Stewart just went home to be with the Lord just a couple of months ago. Old Red Sox. And, son, could he flog a piano? Good night a-livin'. I was, I was 15 years old when the Florida Boys recorded and released I'm Standing on the Solid Rock. And he played that piano intro, I mean, whoa. And so I went over, here's some memories for you. Hey, Robert, hey, Ernie. Want to know how Les Butler learned how to play Southern Gospel piano? I'm going to tell you right here, right now. My parents were members of the Canaan Record Club. I mentioned Canaan Records just a few minutes ago because we were talking about the man that ran the marketing and radio division of Canaan Records. Right here, Bob Crawford, Breakfast Bob, and Jim Black. We talked about them a while ago. Well, my parents were members of the Canaan Record Club. Every month, the new Canaan record would come in a big 12-inch by 12-inch box. It would be on the stoop of our, by our front door at our home. They'd open it up, put it on the old big turntable. The big, you know, that used to look like they were a big piece of furniture, like 5 feet wide, literally, like 3 feet deep, and about 3 feet high, and you had to go over into it and dump the records onto the turntable. Well, I would put 5 Canaan records on in a row, put it on the spindle, and then, all the songs would play, and then the next record would pop down onto the turntable, and then that would play, and then the next record, 5 records. So hey, Tom, hey, Mark, I would do 5 Canaan records, and as they played, I would be at the piano, an old upright piano we had in our home, and I played along with folks like Eddie Crook and Darrell Stewart and Howard Goodman and all these great piano players in Southern gospel music, and I learned all their licks and their styles and all their moves, and man, when the Florida Boys got that "I'm Standing on the Solid Rock" going, and that intro from Darrell Stewart, and I went over there, and it took me hours, but I figured it out. And right now, I could go over and play Darrell Stewart's version of "Standing on the Solid Rock." Boy, he killed it. It was good. So anyway, there you go. There's a memory. Hey, Joe Fowler, God bless you, Les. Love your show. Thank you, sir. Mark McCauley. Man, I wish you could hear him right now. I wish he could say something and you could hear it. I put him on about a month ago with me. One of the deepest talking, deepest singing bass singers ever. Well, we were just playing the Florida Boys there, looking for a city. I'm going to take a look at Revelation 21 here for just a minute. Starting with verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them and be their God. And I'm going to stop with this next verse right here. I love this. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, no more cancer, no more coronavirus, no more lung disease, no more liver disease, no more death is what I'm saying. Hallelujah. In that new city that we're headed to one day, looking for a city. Are you looking for that city? I'm looking for that city. I'm longing. I want to take it up a step. I want to go, I'm longing for that city. Amen. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things, all of those things I just said, the former things in that verse, those that I just said, all passed away. No more. No more Parkinson's. Hallelujah, Brother Jim. Yeah, you fill in the blank. No more. I'm going to hit that one more time. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death. I'm not going to have to go over and look into a 6-foot hole anymore and put mom down in a hole, dad down in a hole, aunts, uncles, friends. No more, because there's no more death. Neither sorrow. We go through times of sorrow in this earth. People let us down. Circumstances change and makes us sorrowful. No more. Nor crying. No more. Neither shall there be any more pain. My dear sweet wife, multiple issues, been to the Mayo Clinic, spent a week there with her. At the end of that week, they looked at both of us and said, y'all can go home. Nothing we can do. We can't help her. No more pain, though. Headed toward a country where there'll be no more Mayo Clinics. No more bad reports. I will say God's grace is sufficient. She's got 5 different diseases, none of which have cures. But she's still with us. If you looked at her, you would think she's the healthiest person on earth. You wouldn't think that there was a thing wrong with her. God's grace has carried her through and does every day. But I'm sure glad that she'll be in a country one day where the pain she goes through today will no longer be. I'm looking for that city. I'm longing for that city. Are you? I hope so. You can. You want to know how? Send me a message. Call me. I'll take God's word. This right here. We'll just take a walk through it. I'll show you. Heaven's a real country. Looking and longing for that city, like the Florida boy said. Have you enjoyed Les Butler and Friends, Southern Gospel Music, memorabilia, memories, and ministry today? I hope so. Lord willing, we'll be back tomorrow. Thank you, Brother Mark. God bless you all. Thank you. I appreciate that. Don't forget, they're in one box. We put a bunch of them out of that box today. Mailed them to some folks. Get it while you can. I sang myself happy. We ought to do that in these dark days. So our friends, our neighbors, our loved ones, our husbands, our wives, our sons, our daughters, our grandchildren can see even through dark and stormy days, we can rear back and be happy. Sing a song about heaven. Somebody say amen to that. We will, Lord willing, we will see you tomorrow night. We may have Phil Cross on with us tomorrow night. If not, we'll get him on here the next day or two because he is the cover of the singing news issue that we're kind of going to build some of our features around over the next few days. This is the April 2009 edition. And so we will get Phil on here before very long. I promise you. Maybe even tomorrow night. So that's it. God bless you all. And Lord willing, we will see you tomorrow night.